orientation camp actually. I thought I had found love in camp. Let tell you about the guy.
That was
Meaning,
coming. No.
okay. I thought I had found love in camp. The one that even shocked me is the fact that when you want to apologize to their old men, you would have to kneel down. The first I heard that one was like, hey, I could never believe that we'll get tired of meat. How? Who gets tired of meat?
I think it's Lagos. Once they offline and you see noises like
seriously.
This place that fake.
Like if the fact that when they take lights here and you look outside, everybody's
nobody. Nobody on gel. Nobody. There is a lecturer now. I'll not be carrying bucket.
There was no water here. They said we should go
across the road.
I remember I went to church that Sunday and the pastor told me to stand up and then be a leader of the women that will go for evangelism that day. I said, I'm new. This is my first time in this church. How? Everything was just, God speaks to us, but we think we don't hear. Everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are a returning subscriber, I'd like to welcome you specially. Thank you for returning to watch my video. And just in case you are finding this channel for the first time, my name is Miss Soma Ilechukwu and I am popularly known as the Confidence Doctor, Director, School of Confidence, author 25 books. Now, today I have a guest. Yes, and I and the guests, we're going to be discussing, we're going to be conversing about how to manage things, how to cope when you are moving away from the family house, relocation from the state that you're used to another state that you don't even know about. And this topic is going to be very exciting, very interesting. Now, before I bring her up, ensure you like, you subscribe before I bring her up. Have you done that? Thank you so much. So this is my guest and I'm so excited to have her on board. You're most welcome, ma. Please may we meet you, ma.
Hello everyone. My name is Amala Faith Nkechi. I'm a lecturer in Federal University, Lokoja, and it's nice being here.
Okay, thank you so much. So for the record, actually, she is my roommate and we are currently in Lokoja, Kogi State. And for her, she has actually been relocating from her state to another state, but this is my first time living in Anambra State, like to go and live in another state. So she have a lot of experiences. I have mine definitely because I've been here for like a year, but I have my own experiences and she also has her own experiences. So we're going to be telling you how it feels like moving away from the family house, the experience we've had, the lessons we've had, the funny ones, the ones that are not funny, the ones that stretched us and all that. For now, I'm still a serving corps member. She has finished serving and she was retained in her place of primary assignment. Yes. All right, let's get into it.
Remember to subscribe, remember to comment, and remember to share.
Thank you so much. So I want to ask you, all these times you left home, what did you leave for and to which state?
Okay, the first time I left home, I went for my first degree. That was in Cross River State. I was still young. I left Lagos because I stay in Lagos. I left Lagos to Calabar. You can see how long the journey was. Then the second time I left home, I went to Ebonyi State to stay with my auntie during that COVID-19 time. Then the third time I left home, I went to Anambra State, that's Oka Music, to stay with my sister. Then the fourth time I left home, I went to Kogi State for service.
So she's my senior in this relocation thing. She'll be handling most of it. Okay, for me, I've been in Anambra all my life. Even if I want to go anywhere, maybe Imo State, Abia State, and come back, I've not really left home to go and live outside of home. But during my service here, I had to, and I really wanted to serve in Abuja, but I somehow found myself in Kogi State. And I had an interesting experience. I'm just going to share what really brought me to Kogi State and how I knew that God wanted me to be there. She's also going to share, some of the things that happened before she was able to say, okay, this is the state I'm relocating to. And now for me, I wanted to serve in Abuja for good reasons. My clients are there. I really have a lot of fan base in Abuja. Now the thing was that, like 1 week. Okay, I did my birthday that week of call up. They will bring out call up letter. That was my birth week. So I had this classmate of mine that reached out to me, and then she said, "Oh, I want to say happy birthday to you and all that." And I said, "Oh, what are you doing now?" And she was like, "Oh, I'm serving." I said, "Where?" I said, "Kogi State." I said, "Kogi State." Then anything like Kogi State. And how on earth did you find yourself in Kogi State? Didn't you work it? You know how they say it. And then she's like, "Oh, I didn't work it. I didn't have money." And then I said, "Okay, fine." I didn't know that that was God trying to prepare me so that I will not go to a place I have nobody. I have no, I know a place I'm like a stranger. I have nobody. So that was God trying to bring people to me, but I didn't understand it because I trusted my plug so much. I wanted to really go to Abuja. Not like I was desperate, but I had good reasons not to go and flex. I wanted to do my work because, like I said, I have fan base there. Now, the same week, somebody again, my church member that I know, came to Anambra State, and she served in Kogi, was retained, and she just came to Anambra State for something, and we just, exchanged pleasantries. Not me knowing that God brought these two persons in the space of 1 week for me to prepare my mind that I'm coming to Kogi State. So when Call Up Later came out and I saw Kogi State, it now added up like, okay, this is why these things have been happening. I still went to camp, and then I was trying to relocate to Dimo, but I'll come back to that. So you tell me, what exactly, like, why did you what were the experiences you had? What made you to decide, okay, this is the state? How did you feel when you were going? Were you sure that God wanted you to be there and all that?
Okay. Okay. Actually, my own case was similar but quite different. Okay, as soon as I finished my first degree, I didn't waste time. I applied for NYSC because in my school, once you don't have issues and everything, you are free to go for service. So I was even the one that even delayed a little bit to go for batch B. So after that, before then, I was like, I used to have little prayers. I was telling God that God actually wanted Abuja, but anywhere you give me, I will follow. I will go. So when the letter, although someone has already told me, my friend told me that he actually served in Kogi State. That don't worry, they'll give you either Kogi, Port Harcourt, or they'll give you East. I said they can't give me East because I'm already an Igbo girl. So it was like, don't worry, they will give you Kogi State. Or I said it's a lie. Till today, I used to tell him it's a lie, that it's God that told him, not him telling me.
Yes.
So when the deployment letter, the call up letter, sorry, came out, I discovered Kogi State. I started crying. My mom was around. Yeah, I went back to Lagos because after the letter comes up, then I think a week later or 3 days later you should be
It
going
comes
to
up
camp.
immediately, and then you go
Yeah,
immediately.
yes,
So
you
I don't
start
have
going
time
to
start
camp like
working
3 days on Wednesday.
Yes.
I think it comes out on Sunday. Then
Yes.
by Wednesday you should be in camp. So I was crying because I've already bought everything now, preparing to go to Abuja. I was crying. Hi. I was crying. I was telling my mom that is Kogi a state or a capital? It's like nobody knows about Kogi. And the funniest is that we were asking people in church that, please, that from the states, please, how are we going to get from Lagos to Kogi? They say, they gave you Kogi state. They used to kidnap, they used to do this one, they used to do. Hey, come and see fear. My mom just told me that, don't worry, God was the one that gave you that place, and God is going to be with you. And that is how I found myself in what.
So how about the Ebonyi state you went to and
Okay.
Cross River?
Ebonyi was during COVID-19. I left from Cross River, yes, from Cross River to Ebonyi State because it was closed at that time. You know that there was restriction of movement and all that. So I had to go to Ebonyi State to stay with my mom's elder sister. Then Lagos to Calabar was because of school.
Yeah,
I had to travel, and I don't even want to start saying my journey.
No, we'll get
First
to that.
time
We'll get to that.
from Lagos to Calabar, Jesus. God, I beg. Let me just say this: if you're entry transport company, please enter inside the park. Enter from the park, I beg.
Let's talk about the journey, like how it was for you coming from where you have known to another state. How was the journey on the road, or by flight, or anything at all? How was the journey for you? Let's start with you.
Okay. I think when the first time I went from Lagos to Calabar, the journey was, oh my God, I don't even want to remember that experience, but it was like we almost robbed on the road because we my brother was like, okay, let's go to, because he does not, nobody in my family has gone to Cross River before, so they told him to take me to the park. We went to the park and booked tickets, but not knowing that that was not even the park, AKTC. There's, if you have gone to Legba before, you see that there another bus that used to be outside. They used to call themselves AKTC, but that's not AKTC, the main AKTC. AKTC has their own park inside. So we went there. They said buses were filled, and I needed to go back to school that day. That is how he now paid for the ones outside. They saying that it's AKTC. That's how we started our journey. Do you know that I reached Calabar from 7 o'clock? I reached Calabar around 5 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Telling you the truth, we were almost robbed.
Hey.
If not for God's grace, we were almost
You know,
robbed.
traveling by road is actually very dangerous. Talk more when you are doing night journey.
Yes,
Who still does night journey in this Nigeria now? Okay, so for me, leaving home to Kogi State, it was actually a very stress-free journey. Like, when I saw Kogi State in my call-up letter, I was like, disappointed. I didn't cry, but like I felt so disappointed. So I said, let me go and do my 3 weeks camp, orientation camp, and then later I will deploy. That's the encouragement people used to say. Let's not, I won't start there. Let me just do my camp. And see, they will shock you. But when I was coming here, actually, it was stress free. I entered from Anambra State too. I entered a bus going to, not bus, Siana going to Abuja. I still followed one of my classmates then in university. We went together. She was posted to Abuja. Me, I was posted to Kogi. So more like I followed Abuja bus, but I now dropped in Kogi. That was how painful it was coming from what I experienced, in the sense that I wanted to serve in Abuja, and now I was not able to serve in Abuja, but I'm following Abuja bus only to drop off somewhere that God has planned for me. And at that point, it was as if that God had disappointed me. God knows that I'm not going to Abuja for flexing. I'm going there because I already have people there, and I don't want Lagos, because Lagos can be very crowded. But I wanted Abuja because it's cool. The environment is really cool, and I will still be able to work. It's really helped me, because like I said, even from my state, then I used to work with most of the SOC parents are from Abuja and all that. So that was what happened. That was how my journey was, and it was stress free. And I was just dropped at the park, and from the park we then went to the rotation camp and all that. So it was stress free. Yes,
my own journey from Lagos to Kogi. When you're at that Lagos mainland, you have to enter from Ijora. So from that Ijora now, there is no direct vehicle that is going to Lokoja here straight or Kogi. You have to go to Kaba or something. They have to stop you at Kaba, or stop you at another place. So it was not even easy. I think we left around that 8 o'clock, and we reached around that after 8 in the night at the camp. So I don't even want to talk about the journey, because it was annoying and all that. Then me, after the orientation camp, going back home and coming, I had to follow bus that was going to Kaduna. Yes, I was going to Kaduna. Then they now had to stop me at Lokoja.
You see why I said she might see me on this location. She has been through a lot of things,
and I even feel that Kaduna one is even closer and faster than using the main one that is going to. It's very stressful.
I think the lesson we just have to learn here is, when you're entering bus to any place, please enter a one that is registered. Traveling by road is actually very dangerous in Nigeria. Talk more when you go and enter the one that they don't have a fan base, like you don't even know the company. What if something happens to you? And just pray and follow God's will for your life, because everything will just add up. I'll still get to the fact that coming here actually was now a blessing to me, but okay, so let's talk about the experience. Living in that particular state that you've relocated to. Let's talk about the experience. Was it good? Was it bad? You had a lot of places you went to, so tell us about it.
Okay, let me start with the first place. Cross River is almost like Lagos, because I stayed at Calabar, and Calabar is like the city, the capital city of Cross River.
Okay.
So Calabar is almost like Lagos. It's busy, it's interesting. There are food stuff. There are farmers there, so food stuff are very cheap and less. But moving to that place now, you have moved away from family and friends.
Yes.
Now you have to start making new friends and bringing people in to your life. So Calabar was somehow easy, and to school everybody was new coming in, so it was like easy. Then Ebonyi, my auntie was there, so and she has a shop and me as a business person too. So it was easy for me
Yeah,
to
she's very
talk.
business inclined. They tell us people that have shop, they want to know the goods to stock and everything.
Ah,
She's very
this
good at
common.
it.
So so it was very easy for me, like in
Yes.
Ebonyi State. Then the one that was like, oh very god, very difficult was coming to Kogi State. Although although see, do you know that I was for like straight 3 months I was crying throughout.
Hmm.
I was the only
Yeah.
one in the house.
Yes, this house.
I was the only one in the house. I was always crying. Sometimes I know the length and breadth of the ceiling in this house because of how bored.
Boring it was.
God, how bored. And not that you say, don't you have corpus friends that you can hang out?
They're not here.
See, it's not about hanging out. This place is not like where you. And my work was so, because I work in the university, it was so stressful. Even when you have free time and all that, it's only maybe during CDS that you interact with people. But even at that, people still have, some of them, they are staying in Corpus Lodge and all that. So do you want to go to their Corpus Lodge and stay? They too, they're like 6, 7 stay. You are even privileged to stay alone in the house. So it was like, I could not even, sometimes if I'm bored, I'll just go to the church and sit
because
down.
this accommodation was given to us by the church.
By the church. I'll just go to the church and sit down, maybe talk to people in the church. Then maybe around 11 I'll come back to the house, sleep, wake up in the morning, go to work like that. That's how my life was. I was not even like, oh, I have friends that stay here. Then no. But one thing about this thing is that it's made me closer to God.
Yes,
like that's just what I
was out and you just
yes.
have God.
Yes.
Now let me even talk about when I came here. When I came here, because I already had somebody I knew from home that served here, that was retained. She's a nurse. I stayed in her house for like 1 week, waiting for my relocation to come out. So I would leave and go to Abuja. And I knew that it was, in fact, it was obvious that it's not going to work. So I had to now report to my PPA, and then I now met her, and she knows the shege she saw there. She was not trying to say, stay back now, where are you going to? Was at this staircase here, step back now, where are you going to? Don't know what God has for you here. But she was looking for a someone that will help her. But even though she was telling me that, me self, apart from what she was saying, I knew that, why? Because I prayed a prayer that if my relocation letter comes out in camp, then it means God doesn't want me to go. Sorry, if my PPA posting comes out in camp, it means that God doesn't want me to go. And really came out. I still waited for 1 week, trying to see if God would change his mind, and it was just obvious. Everything was adding up. Like, I remember I went to church that Sunday before after camp. I was living with my sister, the person I knew from home. I remember I went to church that Sunday, and the pastor told me to stand up and then be a leader of the women that will go for evangelism that day. I said, I'm new. This is my first time in this church. How? Everything was just, God speaks to us, but we think we don't hear. God is always speaking. If you pay attention, you will see him even in the tiniest things. So that was how it was for me coming here.
Sorry, I wanted to say this. Me in camp, like because I participated a lot in camp.
Yes.
So my platoon officer wanted me to stay in his community, in his LGI Adave. He has already said he's going to work everything for me. I should come and stay. I'll be CLO, yes,
platoon officer.
So I now went to collect relocation form. Guess what? The relocation form is still with me till now.
Okay.
Anytime I want to feel that relocation, I'll just fall asleep. That's how to show that God really wanted me to stay.
For
back
me,
here.
like if you're yet to go for NYSC, please, when you go to camp, don't stay because I don't want to serve in this state. You not participate. For me, I was very impact driven. I was in the OBS, very active in the OBS. I gave a lecture in camp. I did debate for my camp, for my platoon. I was really known in the camp, and I was the only member that gave lecture in camp, because I know that these 3,000 coppers here, I might not see them again in this life.
Yes.
So I wanted to register my presence in their lives. Like, I want them to not forget about School of Coffee. I don't want them to forget about me. So I had to give a lecture. I was impact driven, so that even if my location works or not, I've done something here. So be active when you get to camp. Yeah. Some of the experiences I had coming here that I've never really had, being that I've been in the East. I've been such an East girl, that kind of Anambra girl, even though that the kind of work I do online does not scream Anambra State. But yeah, I've lived there all my life. I went to school there. So coming to a Muslim dominated state, it was so shocking to see Muslims wear their long hijab, I think, and then they tie everywhere. Some of them don't make their hair. It was just so interesting. And then see them pray on Fridays. And when that was my office, I looked out, I saw them praying on Friday in the middle of the road. I'm like, how? And even when there was, the local is so hot.
Yes, very hot.
Even fan, even your fan will be blowing hot. Local sun can
blowing heat.
yes your brain, and they will still wear that hijab. And I just love their seriousness
Yes,
and all
their
that.
commitment.
Yes, they are very committed. They don't even use attachment to their hair, and they always when you go to even wash your hair in the salon, you will cover it faster because nobody comes there to see your hair except your husband. Like there are some things I saw, and being that imagine me that I've just known Anambra, east, and come to this kind of place. Like it was so interesting to me. And then food. Yes, let's talk about food, because when I came here, being that she has been in Lagos, so all these things,
I grew up in Lagos.
so she knows all this food, the thing that you use swallow to eat stew. That was my most shocking experience, the day she prepared efo and stew, and I saw her using garri to eat stew. I say, how? I've never, in fact, when I called my dad, I was telling him about him too. He was shocked, being that how would somebody be eating swallow and stew? But I know amala they eat it with stew and begiri and all that. But I know I've never seen. I don't know that there's something like white okra and then you use stew to eat it. Like it was so shocking. And someone like me, even if I see a new food, I can still want to try that food.
Yes.
Like I'm not somebody that will very picky. I look at it and then use my eye to eat it first. No, once I taste it and it's nice, I can eat it. So I tasted amala. My client, shout out to Lovett, she stays in Kogi State, so she brought me amala and she made it for me. It's really nice. Now I can go and buy amala. So I that one
made her to start eating.
Yes, I had to start eating stew and swallow, and it's really nice as an Igbo girl, having to change environment and still like their food.
Funny enough, me as an Igbo girl I would say, sorry to say this to my Igbo people, I sometimes I prefer Yoruba food than Igbo food.
Yeah,
because of I don't know, because of me, I don't really like some food apart from maybe ofe orere and some other food that requires plenty meat and fish inside. But egusi, I don't like it. So, but some people just love it and all that. So it was very easy for me.
You're an Igbo girl. This one is Igbo girl, but she has Yoruba blood. She grew up in Lagos actually.
So it was very easy for me to even know how to prepare their food and all that, because I grew up in Lagos and I've tasted it and all that.
The fact that she cannot even speak Igbo very well because she's living in Lagos. She can speak Igbo, you will know that this person is trying so hard to speak it.
Don't worry, I'll go for chicken.
I noticed that Kogi people, another thing about their women are so respectful.
Yes.
You see, all these yes ma, well done.
Yes
ma, how is the family ma? Well done ma. Like it's so rampant in Kogi State, so respectful. In Anambra State, you cannot greet a mother good morning ma. She will respond good morning ma. How is the family ma? As someone of my age, no. But here, like the respect is so good. Not like
you can go to a place like 3 times and the person will greet you that 3 times.
And you say well done ma, thank you sir, yes sir, yes
ma.
sir. The fact, another thing that shocked me is that some of them here are Yoruba, Kogi State. I think Aba side they are Yoruba people. The fact that
around this side,
when you do something for them, so when they do something for you and you say thank you, they still expect you to come. Be coming on ways to be saying thank you. That thing you do for me. Oh, thank you for the other day.
Yes,
because if you don't do it, you can make them vex.
Or if you're around that place and they see you, you don't come to greet them. That's the problem.
They will not say so. You forgot what so you cannot be coming.
And I say you cannot even check up on me.
And see, it's not like it's bad that you didn't check. You didn't come and greet you again and again. But it's just that they have this culture of, you still remember what the person has done for you, and then you come and say thank you for the other day. Another day, you come and keep saying thank you. In fact, the one that even shocked me is the fact that when you want to apologize to their old men, you would have to kneel down. The first I heard that I was like, hey,
actually, I'm already used to, because I grew up in Lagos. And Lagosians, you have to kneel. Even sometimes if I give offering in church, I used to kneel down to put the offering money to show you how I'm used to it. But for some people like she now that it's not, they don't even see that.
It's not like I'm disrespectful. It's just the fact that they just have this culture. I mean, we were trying to apologize to an elderly person, and we were standing up doing it because and the person was, until we had to kneel down. Like I was like, okay, what's the kneeling down doing for? It's just their culture, to kneel down. I can remember in camp that time I was in OBS, and then this the Igwe Abidi or Kabiesi, I don't see her, came to the camp. Immediately I saw this Yoruba girl quickly kneel down. I was just standing up looking at her, saying good morning, sir. The woman that was like, kneel down, it's KBSC, kneel down. I now knelt down. That picture is still with me. I'll put it on this video. So it just I just met a different culture, and I just had to learn. Not like these things are bad. Even when I say that Igbo girls are disrespectful, sometimes when I do something that I know honestly I didn't mean to disrespect, it's just me. But they're like, oh, this is disrespect. The respect here is at 100%. Like you will learn it.
Yes, you have to learn it. If you are here, you must learn it.
I think I'm the one bringing up us, but okay, let me talk about this one. Then the fact that church closes early here.
Yes, like their fellowship here, even if it's not even our church, if you go to another church, they close early.
Like in our church here where I come from, we did combined service, we close around 5-6.
Yes,
but the fact that
even in my parish, around my church in Lagos, my parish in Lagos too, they close. When you hear about Lagos, they close.
Like today now, church close around 11. In my place, it close around 1-2.
And they close by 11. And it's nice actually.
We enjoy it because we know where we're coming from.
You will stay happy that I church and all that. Yes,
but
very nice.
But I don't know, maybe because there's a Muslim dominated state, they are trying to. But they are very demure here with church. They don't used to do, even when we go for choir rehearsals, it's more like from 8 to 1. It's not. I've never really stayed all night. Where I'm coming from, choir rehearsals all night. In the morning, people will still rehearsing. But here it's just very demure. They're very calm, and considerate with all those things.
Yes, and it's very good though, because at the end of the day, you have other things to do. Because sometimes, like going to work now, maybe if you're like somebody that has does this online stuff that she does now, and you have classes, you can actually go to church, serve God, and still come back and do whatever you want.
Okay, so another experience we had coming here was actually water.
Hey, what was to talk about that one?
It was when I was in our former house as at 20. Since it's been long I fetched water, but coming here, in fact when I came here I was looking for house. I didn't want to stay here because it's opposite the church. I didn't want to stay here because I've checked it. I was like, oh, I don't want church, their voices in church to be entering my video, because I do a lot of classes, so I didn't want to stay here. But I was not looking for house, even paying agent fee. Somebody was looking out for house for me. But when they were doing that, I found out that most of the houses, even though the prices they were calling were not too expensive, and some of them were expensive.
You should put the video of some of the houses they showed you.
I don't even know what I think
you see at least maybe one thing about the house that they showed her that she should stay.
And the funny thing is, okay, even if it's this house I'm going to stay, I know I will still do some work on it, but the fact that there's no water, how would there not be water? And then I will be fetching water. The water, and the funny thing here is the way they think. Sometimes I'm shocked. How you build house and then put the tap in the compound? What stops you from putting it inside the house so that you don't have to go out? And my daddy told me that it will cost them a lot of money. But then you can actually, since you have already put borehole in the compound, what stops you from connecting so that water can come in? Are you so used to suffering that you must go and fetch it? And so coming here, the issue we had, the water is actually opposite us, but you have to still go down and fetch it and carry it. And then sometimes if there is no light, you have to manage
the way they used to have. Do you know one thing about this place? I used to pray that God should give me this faith that they have here, even if my name is Faith.
Okay, the light
they don't use the light. They have and sometimes there will not be light for like 2 or 3. This will
be waiting for water.
Fade away, God. I said in Lagos, once they off light, you see noises
seriously.
This place that faith.
Like if the fact that when they take lights here and you look outside, everybody is what's going on? Even where I come from, like my place in Anambra, we don't have steady light, but I enjoy it. Like this now, we're using light. Like I came with my ring lights that I use power bank. But here I'm using, most often I use the one that is very big and uses direct light, because there's always light. Even if there won't be light, it should just be that maybe there's an issue that they will fix. And because of that, they now trusted themselves. Most of them don't have generator, so there's always water. But most time when there's no water, that one It can be so, but they will not pump water. People that used to give the water will not pump it. So the fact that we have to carry the water, I've carried water so till to the point that my boss brought one big jerry can for all that time in the office and said we should carry it upstairs. There was water inside. I was able to carry it, 3 of them, and I didn't feel pain. But my colleague that lives in a house that there is water carried, and for 8 days she felt pain. The thing toughened me up. I cannot carry water, but I know in my father's house water, both at home and in the village and our house there is water. In fact, we are the ones giving water. So coming here, I met a different experience actually, but they are very nice here. The way they welcome
they don't
us.
even used to pay money to fetch water. Like
Yeah, in
you can
Anambra
fetch
State,
water in
they
somebody's
pay.
house. Like
They pay.
yeah, I feel here they give more.
Yes,
They have
and they are
this
very
habit.
welcoming to their
Yes,
coppers. They are very
they
nice
are very
to their
welcoming.
coppers.
Yes.
We are really welcome. The fact that
I can tell you
our
how many
pastor-
times I've gone to the market, even apart from church, church helping us. I can tell you how many times I've gone to the market to buy something and I've seen people and people have paid for me. Or
Yes.
I showed you the money that someone gave me, like 2,000 new money. I just
So
went to
me,
buy
that is
something
me in the
and they're
market.
giving me
I
like
was
that
trying
new
to
money.
price me.
It's a copper. Why are you pricing this thing? Buy it
That's
now.
it. That's it. I was trying to price something. Malam that is selling rice. Told me to buy rice for that day. I was trying to price the person. The person was trying to give me price. This man just gave me his money, the change they gave me 400, and said add and buy it. Maybe he thought I didn't have money. He doesn't know that I'm trying to be an Anambra woman
Yes,
that is trying to price the hair.
now.
So when he now gave me the money, the man was now like, now he has given you the money. Give me. I said even if you are giving me the money, I will still price.
Me so many times when I was serving, I'll go to the market to
They are
buy
really
something.
nice.
I'll see people that will pay for the thing I bought or dash me money. I'm telling you so many times. I don't know.
Yes, we were
I just
really
used to have
welcome,
this
and our
grace and
pastor
this
is
favor.
really, our pastor is
Yes,
like a father.
yes,
He call you,
it's
have you eaten? My daughters, so caring. Where I come
Yes.
from, my Dasa pastor is amazing. But the thing is, I come from a diocese that is really
Large.
big. So how would the Dasa pastor even know you? That is not even he's not even on Onitsha. You are in somewhere. So coming here to see the Dasa pastor really love the youths and wants them. Daddy can tell anybody around that.
Shout out to Pastor Bello.
Yes, Pastor Bello. He can actually tell everybody that cares to know about me. Yes. Anybody that wants to do it, have you met Sister Mesoma? Have you told her about
Have you met her business?
Have you met her? Have you told her? Like he wants you to like today I spoke to the youth. He said okay, he still wants me to speak to them again on Sunday. That please, he wants me to put he's interested. He calls
even when you come and give him idea and say daddy even when you come and give him idea and say daddy let us do this one. Like I brought up the idea of having a shop in church instead of people going outside. Until today he bought the idea and is interested and all that. So that's
it. Coming here the church really welcomed us. Like
they welcomed us.
Really nice. They are very welcoming.
Thank you for that.
Another thing is that I saw life differently in Kogi State. Like personally, I come from a place where mommy will buy something and then the house is full. You don't even know the price of tomato in the market. Whether tomato, I know I go to market, but mostly my mom does it. So maybe I can do the cooking and all that. But like what concerns me concern light. They are paying, things are catered for. So coming here, I now have to pay for light. I now have to go to market and know the prices of things.
Yes.
And there's some days that even if you don't, I know I work, I have money, I know I work for myself, but some days that you just be broke. You will just have to make do, and you'll be asking yourself, am I not the child of this person? How come I'm not eating money food and I don't even know where the next food is going to come? And God is really faithful. Whenever it just gets to that point, it just makes a way. I told her now once it looks like I don't even know where my next money is coming from. I don't just know how somebody just pay for something, So it made me see life differently. I've always known abundance. That's just the truth. I was born into soft life and I've always known abundance. Like my parents tried not to make anybody lack anything. They give you what you need, and even what you want. But they just try. So coming here to meet some things, living outside of home made me more responsible. If somebody is saying that I'm not eating, I can now relate. If somebody is saying they don't have money or things are costly, I can now relate. It made me more responsible, more prudent. I don't want to spend toothpaste I've been using since this year is what I'm still using. Not like I don't use it well, but I'm using it, but I
You
using
are
it now
checking
with,
your
not that when you want to press, you press it and go
before,
your
yeah.
teeth.
Sometimes you even lick itself because you're at home, you buy another one.
So it made me more responsible, and I'm really, and that's the thing that because I have to check why did God bring me here, even though I'm still 7, but I have to check my life, how I was before and how I am now. I would not have traded this experience for anything. But I've gone to
Yes.
Abuja to go and stay with my aunt. My aunt is also rich. It's a soft life thing, continuing of soft life. I will never taste what it means.
For hardship.
I will never taste a little of these things, and I'm grateful I tasted it, because now, it just made me more responsible.
Why me like this? I actually left home early, going to school in a far place, so I already know how to manage things and to do things on my own.
Manager.
I already know how to manage and do things
Yes,
on my own. So it was, when coming here, it was not really difficult for me.
Yes.
And God now even have his way self. Where I was working, I used to go to work very early because I'm kind of person that when I want to do things, I'm very committed in doing that thing. Even if I might not get reward at the end, but I'm just doing it because I feel that if I was in that big position, I want someone that is working for me to do that same thing. That's how I am. So going to the office, sometimes I will not eat in the morning before going.
She's when I go, not that she don't have money, but there's no even time for her.
Yes, there's no one that there was no time actually. Yes. What was that? There's no time. And where I was working in the office there. There was, to get something, you have to go down to the school market.
Yeah, that's how they
and for you now to even try to trek before you hunger. So it's better I just hold. So, but my boss, because I work for the dean of faculty of education, so there was always like extra biscuit from board meeting and all that. So that's what I just used to take. Then, but even if I'm big like this auntie, come on, I know the chop, but it's not food.
Yeah,
it's just maybe I feel it's rest of mind and all that and peace of mind. When they tell you that this person eat a lot, no, not me. I can just snack on just those little minor things that is not food. Sometimes when I come back, what that is not garri or bread and tea.
Yeah, that time now she's even trying to eat better. That time she can just eat something.
She will even be shouting at me that faith.
And then me, I would not tell her that as if I'm not be eating well. She not look at me like you. How exactly I'm not be eating well?
Mom was like right from time, it's time. And that's how I was in school, because when I go to school in the morning, before I come back, I just cook like once and eat and all that. So my own was quite different from my own.
Okay, so now let's talk about me being your roommate and you being my roommate, how it was. I used to be somebody that, for me, I'm very meticulous. I'm that kind of melancholy person that I know I arrange my things. Don't touch, if I keep it here, leave it there, But I'm glad she respected that, because I know that sometimes there's an issue with people that don't know their boundaries. They don't know where someone can keep their food and open it and take food. We are not like that here. We eat each other's food, which we can share things, but it's done with so much intentionality that nobody is feeling cheated, or nobody is feeling like you are disrespect or you're doing too much. Because when I was in university, I tell people, and I was a leader in university in the hostel then, so that one I told people I cannot do communal living. I don't even advise you. I have a friend that did communal living and it worked for her, but you see me, I can't do it. Not because how do you, when you start, how do you stop? You can't stop. They will say that you are cheating. It's not reach your top for us to eat your own food. So I don't do it, and I don't go. If I don't ask people for their food. Even if it's not like if I cook, I want to do me fine. If you want to do me fine, but I don't go and start doing communal living. Let's share biscuit. Let us share. I had this person that was doing the communal living. My cousin then in school, I was in year 5 and she was in year 1. It was so bad to the point that she would keep her things and then the woman will be taking it. Before you know it, her provisions are finished. And she's like, and she had to stop them, and that made them start keeping malice in the room. So I don't even do it, And when I came, she too, I think she just respected it. Even now, we can cook our different foods. Like today, I cook spaghetti, she ate spaghetti with me, But even if we are sharing or we are not, sharing, there's so much intentionality there. And again, me being her roommate, I actually, like I said, she's a very good home manager. I am also good in this, but she's more than me in the sense that there's something like, don't throw this thing away, we will need it. Don't throw anything away. The other day she brought what's this thing called? Is it burner? That gas cylinder. She took it, said she wants to sell it aluminum. I said, how? And truly, even though though the money that they were calling was small, 500, 300.
I used to
It's
get water.
nothing. And
Yeah,
me, I'm like,
that's right.
I don't know about this. I mean, if it is not good, I wanted to take it home and go and keep it at home. I didn't know that you can sell it. I know, but it does not really cross my mind to go and be, so someone that is down to earth, that okay, don't throw this thing, wash this thing, don't throw it, or you will need it, she will pack it. So like, she was a positive influence on that area. So what about you?
Okay, I would say with my own is spirituality.
Yeah.
Because when I came, I used to be the kind of person that love Korean movie. Although I stopped watching even before I left school.
Yeah.
So I was kind of person that love watching Korean movies, love watching American movies, all those love romantic and kind of movie. But when she came, she introduced me more. Not that I don't know, not that I don't know about Manzaro movie. I know. I used to watch, but sometimes I say I cannot use waste that I'm watching this thing like that and all that. But she made me see
that there are more
there are some there are some good Manzaro movie you can watch. And when I now started watching about one, not that I've not watched it, I've watched like first and second episode, but I think with the season coming out and all that, so I started watching more of Manzaro movie, and now have to
like I'm not watching Nigerian movies.
Made me now redirect my steps with God. Yes. So that's what I can, and I see her. She's kind of person that is diligent in what she does. Even if me too, I'm diligent. I'm kind of person that I like.
She also works hard.
I like maybe because I said it before that I'm kind of person that if I see somebody doing something, I like to involve myself and do those things too. Because at the end of the day, I put myself in person's shoe. If I'm a boss too, how will my student or how will people see me? As you understand, because I like being. Sometimes I want to wear a cloth, and I'll ask her that, is this cloth okay? If she say no, I'll say let me remove it. Like this morning now, there's a cloth I wore and it has a long split on the left side, and I said, if I wear this cloth now, if this youth see me, shebi they'll say this auntie that daddy used to use as example what this I now had to remove the cloth and change. So I'll say that those things, and I see her the way she does her class, even if she's tired and stressed for work.
I'm glad she's seen the behind the scenes.
Yes,
even when it's difficult and frustrating, I still go ahead and do
even when she has this SOC kids week and all those things, for kids and things. I saw the way she was like always having class and all that, and that is good because even we that is a business person, we say we have time to make money, time to rest and all that, because I know this is our season of rest. After this season, we are Igbo people, we used to travel, but I see the way she's coming. Even now, I think they're having something that's coming up soon and all that. Like she's always like a lot of classes. Like she's kind of person that if one class has finished, by maybe another month, another one is coming up, another month,
and she's very supportive.
It's good,
this is just a one room apartment. The fact that she will come in and she will be tiptoeing, not to
and I see her, she sometimes I give her space, do what you want.
Sometimes she not even come, she will go.
Sometimes she does not even know herself. Sometimes if I'm coming back from work and I see ring light, I'll just stay in the church. I'll say let her just finish, and I'll come back. Even if I'm tired and I'm not like I'm stressed out and all that, but when I see it, I'll just go to church and stay. They will even be asking me, why you not home? I say nothing that. Let me just stay here with you people. No, it's just because I know that she's busy. Let me just give her that space and all that. And
so I did pray for a good roommate, but I'm glad because most people have issues with roommates too. Like I have my colleague that was telling me that then there's a particular room that there's Edo, there's Igbo and different tribes then in the law school, and then they'll be gossiping about the girl. The girl will be hearing her name. And she knows they're gossiping, but she's not hearing them. It can be so traumatizing. Like, how exactly do you have? So I've had experiences with roommates. I've had good ones, bad ones. So having to come here and I have peace of mind. I can keep my thing and know that nobody's going to touch it. Not like nobody's. Even if you touch, person will tell you, I took your thing. That there's intentional, there's maturity. Not that you cross your boundaries and all that.
Yes. So even me, when I was in school, I stayed in the hostel from my year 1 to year 3 before I now left and got my own apartment. So I started staying in my apartment, I think year 3 second semester. So different. There's even a girl that people were like, she fought with a lot of people in campus fellowship. But funny enough, she stayed with me until today. Me and her are still close.
Yes, so
people even used to ask me that,
a lot of things.
Faith, how do you do it that this person, I can't be with this person is rude and saucy. But when they come and stay with you, they'll be like, this person does not have problem. I say it's God, because me like this,
She's very
right from
tolerating,
time,
not
and
like
people
that.
used to say I'm like my
I'm
mother.
tolerating,
I
but not
don't
like
have
this.
yes, I can tolerate a lot of
Faith,
things.
somebody will just come and be misbehave, and Faith will be like, start considering a lot of me. I want to
Yes,
give it to
that
the
is
person
me.
straight.
Because see, I used to say it that I was not like this before. I used
Yes,
to have
yeah.
anger issue
Yes.
when I was growing up. I used to have anger issue. But there's something that happened, which is like my own personal story, that now made me sit and rethink that life is not like that.
Yes,
You
you have to be
understand?
calming down.
So
Yeah,
some
not take
things, when
life
people do it
seriously.
like this, I'll just look and say, sometimes I'll just say, just thank God for God.
Yes. Yes.
So thank God for God that made me calm down and all, and a lot of things. But I'm just grateful, Sha.
Yeah.
I'm just grateful.
Let's talk about the fact that when we came here, we joined the workforce. For me, I went to go and join choir because, of course, choir is all I've known, to do in church. And then every see, from when I came in April to around that kind of June, July, I was one singing every Sunday. Come and sing, come on. But they're not much here, and they're happy to, they are out of excitement. But I sang and sang, and truly I want to do it, but every Sunday, like it can be very exhausting. And there are no other people that can sing, but I did it. After some time, more people came and they kind of shifted from me. How she served in the children department.
Yes, I served in the children department. I served as a PA.
Yeah, she did PA. Yeah.
So because I was the only
Public
female
address.
there and all that, so I even was the one that even brought out the idea. Let me go there and stay, because
so that if you have sisters meeting,
yes, that kind of stuff.
Someone
to use the microphone.
Yes. Another thing is that we got tired of meat. I could never believe that we get tired of meat. How? Who gets tired of meat? Come in at home that time, mommy will be saying, "Don't finish my meat." So there are different types of meat. Coming here now that you are now alone and you cannot eat meat, you are tired because every time you're now eating the meat. It's now fish that we even now crave towards meat.
Me, my own is that I traveled recently. I went home because after my service, I went home. Do you know that I was at home cooking food? I'll cook food finish. I'll not put meat for myself. Because my mom will be asking me what happened. I say nothing. I'll not go and carry dry fish and now cook separately. I'll do it like sauce and I'll put it in my fish. Like, are you a village girl? Be eating something? I say no. I don't want to be eating all those. So now we even prefer kanda and dry fish with crayfish than eating meat much, because we got tired of all those things. All those things, got tired of it.
Okay, so for me, coming to Kogi State also, I met Igbo people. Like, Kogi is not like, it's not central, like, it's not north, like that. So you will still, I know Igbo people are everywhere. So, and the fact that most business people here are Igbo, when you go to the market, Igbo, most Igbo people here are business owners, and it just made me feel at home. I didn't really feel that I was really in the north, because I met Igbo people even in the church. Almost half of that, more than half of the church is Igbo. So it made me feel at home. I still have people I can talk to, speak my language and all that. I did my personal CDS project, even though she was not around, but she was really supportive. She called me a lot, encouraged me most times, say that I take drugs so that you're not fall sick and all that. So
I was telling her recently that somebody they did, like, the Minister of Works in Kogi State, they did census, and they found out that people that have houses here in Lokoja are more. Igbo people are more. That's why you see house rent are expensive, because the taxes they pay are much. So a lot of Igbo people here.
Another thing I had when I came here, I've not really worked for somebody. Like, I've not really had any work experience. I've always been a self-employed person, working and making my money. So having to work for somebody was a different experience. So I can remember I was told to come back at a particular time, and then I was like, let me just stay some more. That's how I came back, and I don't even know. Me, I was even I don't even know if I was foolish, but how can you come back late and be calling your boss to say, allow me to stay extra for the remaining weeks, the remaining days that I will resume on Monday, when you know that you're already late. And it doesn't matter when, like, you should just, and if I had gone without calling, it should not be noticed. But having to call and made them notice, and they gave me a query, like I was welcome to my office with a query. And it was such a bad, because I'm not that kind of person that would want that kind of thing, but it was also such an experience for me that, and now it now made me, in fact, it just helped me. The discipline I get in my workplace, sometimes people can feel like, oh, it's too extreme and all that, but it will help me when I meet somebody, when I go a place that is a little bit free and there is not too much rules and regulation. I can be able to work there because I've worked in a place that there is really strict
like
rules.
Stuff.
So I was welcome to the query which I answered and won and all that. So I was feeling like, oh, this place is already making, I was not feel like a bad person, like, but after I just let go of it and started to work well, now I'm now the secretary in the workplace, and everything I've normalized and everything is fine. So I had a lot of experiences actually. I
Yes,
guess we have
yes.
actually talked about the major ones. Okay, so I had a lot of experiences even in camp, having to know officials, a lot of officials. See, I'll talk about my orientation camp. I will wait till after I pass out, talk about the
Yes.
things that happened in camp because I don't want I don't want problem.
You mean my own camp was even my own was interesting because I was part of the committee
Yes.
for the for in my platoon,
Yeah.
and I was an hostel governor.
Yeah,
If you were in Asaya Kaba B1,
Mm.
D2 hostel, I was the hostel governor, and girls now, I'm having my period, and so when they come like this, I say D2 hostel governor, that's obvious. D2 hostel governor, please come. There's somebody in your hostel that is looking for you. When they come out, when the person I'll say, take your time, I'm gonna like that. I'm gonna like that. So it was not really stressful for me like that. There's even a time that they used to put somebody in charge of all these police officer and somebody else. So the woman is an Igbo woman, she's my friend self. So there's a time I was very tired. God, because I marched in
I
camp.
didn't match for one day. I was talking about my orientation camp.
I was very tired like this. That's how I now came to this stuff. I said, okay, don't worry, go and sleep. She helped me. She locked the hostel. I slept there.
Yeah,
the complete
really
5 hours. I slept. Jesus.
I know we don't sleep enough.
God. Yes,
that's very thoughtful.
As I slept, I was very happy. When people were coming inside, I was very I was so happy.
My orientation camp, actually, I don't want to tell the story yet because I thought I had found love in camp. Did I tell you about the guy
that was coming?
Okay, I thought I had found love in camp, and then also I had this official that was chasing me up and down, and the fact that
love, people were buying food for me. I was eating love. Can't you see my skin?
Not like not like I thought I found love, but these people that will flex, and then you think that they're actually serious, and they eventually
flex.
The story I will tell after camp, after I pass out.
I had people that I will not go for. I don't used to go and collect food. The only time I used to go and collect food is jollof rice. And anytime they do jollof rice, I use our platoon that used to cook on that Sunday.
Yes.
So like these are people that were Faith, have you eaten? I say no, okay.
See, I didn't cook in
buy food. I'll be eating when they are doing social night. I'll be eating.
I didn't cook in camp. I didn't match. I didn't do any because I was in OBS. Like I was that madam in OBS. Like I was known. Only what I know is to carry mic and talk. If they say OBS people go and match, blah blah blah, I'll just come and carry camera, be doing as well. See, I never matched for one day, and all those things people do, I don't know about it. But I was active in camp. Like
match. It was the POP. The last day I matched, I was going for a practice.
So far, Kogi State has been good. The fact that I did my CDS project, my events on this channel. If you've not watched it, I did
Please go and watch
project.
it.
Yes, and it's really amazing. It was really premium, and the fact that God provided for me, not through offline people, but online people, they sorted me out. So coming to Kogi State has been really
me like this. It's a blessing.
Even though it can be very funny when I'm fetching water. And then I'm doing some disturbing, like there's something that more than
that. Me that is a lecturer now, I'll not be carrying bucket.
There was no water again. They said we should go
across the road.
How you go with only 2 buckets? You have to go.
Yes, no, because you cannot be carrying gallon. What will your students say? If you're in my shoe, what will you say? Please put down the comment section. If you're in my shoe, will you carry bucket on your head and go be fetching water? No. So coming to Kogi State has been a blessing.
Yes. A blessing in the way that God has taught us a lot. And that lesson we cannot trade.
At the beginning, I was like, I told you, I was counting the length and breadth of the ceiling of this house. But even at that, God did it. Even me, I never thought I would even come and be lecturing to students or attending to students in my life. Even when I saw the call-up letter, the deployment letter that Federal University Lokoja, my platoon officer was like, Faith, wow, you did it. I said, did what? They were happy for. I said, people were happy for me. I'm like, I don't understand, why are they happy for me? Even when I went to submit the letter, they told us no accommodation, that blah blah blah, the stipend they'll be paying us was not even up to the transport money. But even at that, with everything, I'm still grateful to God. And even I never even thought that I'll even come back here and be working as a staff.
Yeah.
So
but
what
she deserves it. For some of you might say, who is her sugar daddy? Who did it for?
yes, that's some people were asking me, who is my plug, who is my sugar daddy?
Really worked
I
hard.
said Grace
by 8 and come back around 6.
Yes, I said Grace is my sugar daddy.
No,
Grace, God is my sugar mommy. God is my sugar daddy. God did it for me. I used to tell them, because they'll be asking silly questions, who did it for you? Tell me your plug. And I said there's no plug, it's just God. Because when I don't even want to go and start telling the story how God even did, because I never, if you had asked me, there's even a paper I wrote that I just checked recently. I never thought I'll be a lecturer or I'll be in the school or all that. I was just, my mind was like business. You understand? Like I want to do business. I've already planned that I'll save enough money to register my business, to start my catering business and all that. But see me now. See where I am. So
they will give my projects to them.
Yeah, so my HOD was like, you're going to have like 3 projects to them, so that you start learning it. I say, hey, I say, sorry. So that's it. It was, I'm just grateful to God. Till today, I used to tell God, I used to tell God that sacrifices I made,
were not retained.
Yes, a lot of people.
So yeah, it's really something she's thankful for.
Yes.
So I hope that this, we talk about a lot of things. I don't know which one is your lesson, but I guess that if you are moving out from a state that you've been to another state, I'm sure this video will help you.
Yes,
prepare yourself. You've learned that you will not meet the usual, but God is going to help you. So far, He has sent you there. I heard that Kogi State there has been a den of these.
Kidnapping. But this one, anybody that they kidnap from another state, they'll bring them here.
Which is not even a lie, because
which is not like yes, but
in front of my office, they actually shot somebody. Everybody was watching. So it's true, but the fact that you're in God's plan for you, you are sure that God is with you.
Nothing will happen to you.
You're sure that God is with you. And my spiritual life improved a lot here, in the sense that whenever I come from work, and having an 8 to 5 just makes you plan your life. In the sense that you know what to do at every time. So whenever I come back to work by 5, once it's 6, I pray. Sometimes she'll be the one who says, "Is it not 6 already? Won't you pray?"
Yes, I mean, I used to do night devotion to myself.
Yes. And yeah, it's been amazing. I hope this video was really helpful to you. Please, if you watched up to this point and you've not liked Abba and you've not subscribed, I'm not begging anybody to subscribe, but you need to subscribe so that this video will reach out to more people.
Yes,
and so that the channel will grow and I'll be able to do more of this for you. This is me. I've never really been this vulnerable and open, but I said when I was beginning this YouTube channel that I'm going to be very real in this channel. So yeah, thank you so much, everybody. Please like, share, comment, and
share the link. I
want to especially appreciate her for agreeing to do this with me. It's our first video together and it really went well. I enjoyed myself. I'm sure you enjoyed this
I'm video. Always behind the scene.
Yes, always behind the scene. Yes, always behind the scene.
Today I'm in front of the scene.
Yes. All right, thank you so much. Now, how can we reach out to you in case we want to reach out to you?
Okay, don't worry. Very soon, I'm planning on starting a YouTube channel too, and also I'm planning my business page, and then just
tell us for now, like maybe you can give us your number.
Okay.
Or your Facebook account.
My Facebook is not yet.
I know it's not, but you can still arrange it maybe later.
Just look for me, Nkechi Faith Area Man on Facebook. That's like.
I think that's okay. Let's not talk about number.
Yes. No, my number. No, I don't like picking calls. I'm telling you the truth. Maybe I said money calls. Yes, but you can send me message on WhatsApp. I don't like it.
I believe that very soon she also dominates, on because one thing about people that stay with me is that they just get this passion to start also anything social media. Anybody that is my roommate, you find out that eventually they will start doing content creation or doing one coach or listen, because it just rubs off on them. When you see somebody always doing video, always talking to clients, very soon you to be saying, let me start my online thing. Even if it just pushes them. So I believe that very soon she will also be maybe after years to come, I will come back to this video and say,
I will invite herself for my one of my channels. Yes.
So yes, thank you so much for coming. Thank you, everybody. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Please like, share. Share the link, comment,
Thank you
subscribe,
so
subscribe.
much.
See, it will not even take you up to 5 minutes.
And
Just to
nobody will know you subscribe.
yes,
People
now
don't know. Even
just
if I
five
won't know you
minutes. See,
subscribe.
5 minutes is even 2 seconds.
Just
Just
even.
it's okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, and we trust that you've learned a lot. My name is Miss Oma Ilichiku. My name is,
Iriama Faith Nkechi.
and we are so happy to have done this with you. Thank you so much, and bye.
Bye.